Well, and welcome again to some more Harmless Halloween action here on the Adamus CLU channel. Welcome to those of you that were hanging out for tonight's Harmless content transmission over on trekradio.net. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And now we're going to go into another creepy realm here with the Call of Cthulhu game, which I really am looking forward to this. I've been super excited about being able to run this game for the Halloween season. And my intention here in this is that we do this for the purposes of what I'm doing. It's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I really wanted to play this game late at night. And that's my intention is that if you're watching right now, awesome. I appreciate you being here. And thanks for that. But also, if you aren't able to sit through the whole stream, my great hope is that you do the same. Get yourself a nice dark room and follow along with the story here as we check this out for tonight's stream. So, thanks to all of you once again for supporting the channel and supporting what we're doing. Also, a big thank you to Muddy Shorts, who began following recently, and also our early MEP and Camp RB 9449. There we go, Camp RB 49. Thanks to all of you for following, and don't forget to follow the channel because we've got more Halloween stuff coming on up here. And Coley has arrived. Welcome, Coley. Good to see you, Bionic Arm 75, and thanks again for tuning on in for more streaming stuff here. Like I said, I'm really excited about this game because I think it's going to be kind of a good creepy horror game, and definitely what I'm looking for. Just to kind of give you an idea, listen to this. It's our starting soundtrack here. It's just, and I love the picture. Very nicely done. Not only that, but notice down at the bottom there, it's flashing Enter Madness, which is kind of always been the theme of H.P. Lovecraft stuff. I mean, aside from, other things. But one of the big themes is this creepy feeling, and hopefully the game will deal that in aces. I'm sure it will. The original roleplay game, dice roleplay game, was a lot of fun. This is I don't believe it is Rockstar. I think it's I'll have to check actually. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. It is classified as a survival game. Publisher is Focus Entertainment. Designer was Jean-Marc Gueney. Single-player video game. Development Cheyenne and Stabber Interactive. It's on everything, like Nintendo Switch, Windows, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. Well, not everything current. But then it is also kind of an older game too, 2018. October 29th of 2018, which, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure that's when this is from. And I just haven't actually played it. When I started streaming, I was like, okay, this I have to save for tonight. I didn't know it was going to be tonight, but it was going to be one night. Let's see. In the Wikipedia on this, it's a role-playing survival horror video game developed by Cheyenne and published by Focus Home Interactive. They always do good stuff. I've always been happy with anything that I've run into by Focus. The game features semi-open world environment and incorporates theme of Lovecraftian and psychological horror into story, which includes elements of investigation and stealth, inspired by Lovecraft's short story, The Call of Cthulhu. Also being adapted, the adaptation of the 1981 role-playing game of the same title, which I remember. In fact, I still use terminology from Call of Cthulhu, because the one thing in Call of Cthulhu that I remember was we had a raiding party with myself and some of the friends, and we were doing a lighthouse, if I remember correctly. And in there, like the way that the game was set up, you would run into something would happen, and everybody had to roll what was called a sanity check. And if you failed the sanity check, which I believe was a 20 on a 20-sided dice, if you got that, basically the DM would take over your character and proceed to attempt to kill every single member of the party, or panic in some crazy way that would cause mass chaos in an already chaotic environment. So it was a lot of fun, and I always mention the sanity check rolls from time to time. Dull surprise, and I always knock that back and forth. The sanity check. Somebody rolled double zeros. All right. So once again, thanks for joining me. My name's Adamos, if I haven't met you. And Muddy Shorts, glad you could make it. I appreciate you being here. And thanks for following. Also greatly appreciated. Okay, let's begin. I did love the art stuff too that I saw in it. I jumped in earlier and set everything up, so we should be ready to go for a new game. So enjoy Call of Cthulhu here on
Harmless Halloween.
Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. This is Chapter 1, Pierce Investigations Agency, Boston. Yeah, I agree, man. Sorry, I'm trying to get this screen set up here. I want to do full screen here. And I get some kind of an element interfering at the moment, but I'll get it here in a sec. But yeah, man, the sound is solid on the headphones. Very, very cool. Where the heck is this thing? Oh, okay. I figured it out. Sorry about that. 'Cause I think this is going to be better. Straight up. Full screen. Enjoy the show.
What a putrid offering. Don't fight. You have been chosen. Has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Okay. Doing the lore stuff. Man, the audio. Yeah, look, definitely. I was really hoping this would be kind of like this. It is definitely a jump scare situation with this game, so very cool. Let's see. Pierce Investigation Agency, my private detective agency, contacted to the Wentworth Detective Agency. Okay. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston, where there is no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other. Adultery, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of these empty bottles, but this place is mine for the moment. Yeah, so we're gonna have places to look at, occult items, and inhabitants. Let's see, the case. October 1924, October 20th, Pierce Investigation Agency. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? Okay, so this is cool. This is basically how we're going to set up our character and his basic skills and stuff. So starting off his investigation, he's 40% professional, 6 CP needed for the next level, so that'll take us up. And then it gives you descriptions on what each one of these items does. Cool. Investigations represents your investigative talents. Improving this skill is necessary for chances in understanding past events by analyzing a crime scene or an object and picking of locks. We've also got eloquence. Eloquence represents your ability to influence those who talk to you by the power of speech. Improving this skill increases your character's convincing or manipulation during discussions. Strength. Strength represents your ability to call your physical power. Improving this skill increases your chances of forcing doors or mechanisms, or of using violence, physical or verbal, during interactive discussions. Medicine represents your medical knowledge. Improving this skill increases your chances of determining the dosage of a drug, of making a diagnosis, or expressing your understanding of a medical problem. Occultism. Occultism represents your knowledge of the occult sciences. Improving this skill increases your chances of determining the use and origin of occult artifacts and expressing your knowledge of the myth. Let's see, it also mentions here the medicine and occult skills can only be improved by objects discovered in the environment. So that's these two. That's, I'm guessing, why they're yellow. Okay, so back onto these. Psychology represents your knowledge of human behavior. Improving this skill increases your chance of understanding the motivations of a person based on his or her behavior or on the analysis of objects. Spot hidden. Spot hidden represents your ability to find hidden objects. Improving this skill increases your chances of finding hidden objects. An undiscovered object will not appear in the game. So there we go. Those are all of the skills. And then here's my favorite tab, the Sanity tab. Mental trauma. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War, where he took part in Meuse-Argonne offensive. He is one of the few survivors of the Lost Battalion American units that suffered heavy losses from the enemy and Allied artillery fire. Forced to hold their position for several days surrounded by the bodies of the fallen comrades. Without food or medical supplies, these soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. he consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off nightmares that haunt him. Currently, his sanity is set as stable, confident in your abilities and your Cartesian mind. You conduct your investigations by sticking to the facts, your convictions, and your perception of reality. These conclusions are logical and reliable. That's where we're at right now. And you can see over here, these are the things that we're going to unlock. Kind of get an idea there. There's clues. We don't have any yet. And our inventory. So he has his lighter from the Lost Battalion here. The engraved in memory of the 77th Infantry Division and the men of the Lost Battalion who fell. Let's see, what does this fact give me? Yeah, there we go. Nice. 10, 7, 18. Hey, what was that other option? It's the same. Okay. I guess it just means both do that. Okay. Oh, okay. So we have an inventory tab and a knowledge tab in our inventory section as well. All right. So there's all the basics for our character. I like the music already. Okay, I don't know if you caught that, but that will affect my destiny.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Okay, so that's what we just read. Oh wait. The doctor can, well, repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I will probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature calling me?
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Okay, looks like we got 8 character points, CP, in which to spend, and then 6 are needed before next level. So we should get another level here by running this. Let's start with definitely we're going to bump the investigation skill. Let's put that. Let's do a little bit of that, and then couple into the hidden spot. That apparently upgraded me to the next level there. Yeah, is that what it was? Locked it in. Okay. Let's go with eloquence, psychology, and strength. That'll cover all those. And we need 4 CP before we can get to the next level. And like I said, these yellow ones we can't get right now. Yep.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Take a look at the details first. Okay. A strange picture painted by Sarah Hawkins a short while before her tragic death was sent to her father just after the artist died. He is convinced that she is the sender. He brought me the painting so I could examine it. Stephen Webster, the wealthy industrialist, came into my office. He wants me to reopen the Sarah Hawkins case named after his daughter, who died in a fire alongside her entire family. I must examine the documents he compiled in order to know more about the case. So we're gonna...
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it. A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
A shipping label. Some of it is unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report. It says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist that Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? A press cutting. An article written out of the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with their only son, Simon.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Okay, so here's where we start choosing. You should make a. You should take this paint. You should take this painting lightly, and you can lock in the answer there. I read about her mental frailty in the police report. Something not right about with this story. Find out about Warehouse 36. Where did Sarah Hawkins live? So you can see here once again. These are. It indicates to us what skill it's going to be using for this, and then some of these like this be just information. Okay, so we're gonna let's take a look at I don't think bringing that up is gonna help. That's not gonna work. Let's find out.
The sender's
about
label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Pretty straightforward.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there. The law. lost battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders, that isn't courage. I used to be an avid reader.
All right, here we go. Here's our first medical object. Dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. This first volume lists all the illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
The husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case, but when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston, but I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century, but it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such native and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of a long-abandoned cave. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows. But today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysteries and tremulous story of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Oh, Saturday's 4-H day. This is pretty neat.
I should get rid of all this stuff.
Okay, I think we pretty much looked at everything.
I wonder why I still take these things.
Doctors prescribed them when I returned from the war. They swore that they would put an end to the nightmares. But for a while now, their effect has been wearing off. Sleeping pills. Use with caution. Alright, that's everything. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting on the shipping label and address of a warehouse set on the docks of the island Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation.
Almost there. Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
All right. Secondary objectives are to go to the bar and to talk to Bradley. And then our primary or main objective is to go back and talk to Fitzroy. Take a look around, see what's going on.
Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You see how old this thing is? Force it too much will break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
Okay, that's enough. Step back and let us do our job.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Can we sort this out? You can see he's half drunk.
There's nothing to sort out. Your chum.
There's nothing
wanted
for
to
you
stir
here
us
either.
up.
Beat it.
But you can stay to watch if you want. You can pick up the pieces.
Come on, you bastard. You'll see what a true sailor's got in his belly. You hear that? You bilge rats don't scare me.
What did he call us
Nothing for
just
you
now?
here either.
I said you
Beat
were a
it.
bilge rat. And even a poxed limpet. You think we don't know what you're doing? Hidden in the fog?
I'll shut up your big mouth once and for all.
Optimistic.
Are you stupid or what? Even your captain told you not to stick your nose.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine. Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
I don't have time for all this bravado.
Don't be so high and mighty, sir. We don't like mainland snobs.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
The Stranded Whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dockwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
It's a local legend?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report.
What report?
The one that's framed right behind you. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
If I had the wings of the girly voice, I would spread the man of fire.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
The Chatney, 21st May, 1847. Miraculous catch. The Cilia returns to the port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Cilia, or what remained of it, returned to Darkwater port late Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the Seton that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging off the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of the whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting up his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop, or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. Special event at the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate.
Right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
She will do it again, you know.
Oh.
The girl doctor. Cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
What you looking at, stranger?
The clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
She seems nice.
You again.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking and eating anything.
That'll be all for now.
We covered all of that. Yeah, definitely. Second date might be in the thing. Ooh, hey.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
Lots of rumbling in the bar. Strange things going on. Alright. I'm gonna talk to Fitzroy. He's over here, and it looks like we're blocked from the other two directions, so... What's going on over here?
Broken. This place seems half abandoned. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Alright. Second volume. We can put it into medicine or occultism. I'm going with the occultism, I think. Can we do that? I guess we can't on that. Has to go straight into medicine. Oh. Apparently we picked up a CP. 2 investigations, 60%. I think that's a good move. Clearly we're gonna need to be able to see things. Let's see. Down the skills? Yeah. Sanity? You know. Pick what we can get. Okay, some of the characters that we've met here so far. Stephen Webster. That's our businessman who has got us out here. Charles Hawkins, local celebrity on Darkwater, heir of the shipowner family, used to travel a lot. He met Sarah Hawkins during a trip in Paris. They fell in love, got married, and Hawkins took her to the remote island of Darkwater. They had a child named Simon and lived a very secretive life. Sarah Hawkins, age 33, occupation painter. Sarah Hawkins, a painter known for her tortured artistic universe. She was worshipped for the strangeness of her work and the rarity of her public appearances. I seem to remember that she once said, "I paint what my dreams whisper to me." Her marriage to Charles Hawkins years ago surprised high society columnists. A wealthy Boston heiress known for her party-going chooses to follow her new husband and live as a recluse on the island of Darkwater. She disappeared from the front pages of the newspaper, and nobody heard any more about her. Even her death in a fire remained a secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continued to seek the truth. Simon Hawkins, age 11, occupation schoolboy. Only son of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, he died in the fire that claimed his whole family. Roy Mitchell, age 55, occupation owner of the Stranded Whale Bar. Roy Mitchell runs the only bar in Darkwater. Prohibition has no hold on the Stranded Whale, and sailors come to seek some comfort in Mitchell's whiskey. The man therefore knows more than anyone the secrets and rumors that the inhabitants of the island exchange after a few glasses. Mitchell is devoted to the golden age of whale hunting. If the numerous trophies that decorate his establishment are anything to go by, the man will talk freely on this subject, in which he is so keen, but he will be far less enthusiastic if one was to inquire about his source of liquor. So, definitely has some characters, the inhabitants of Blackwater here. Or Darkwater, sorry. Places. We saw the investigation agency, the island of Darkwater. It would seem that the world has forgotten the very existence of an isolated rock off the coast of Boston. It's a small, inhospitable island whose coastline is made up of steep cliffs and sharp reefs, and with only one outlet to the sea. It's mainly inhabited by the descendants of whalers who set up a supply post here in the 1800s. It was hit severely by the collapse of this activity. I think that the only venture on this island that is still profitable is its medical institute. The Darkwater port. At the entrance of the port of Darkwater, one still passes in front of the shell of the Scylla, the last whaling ship to have brought back a catch. Sailors wander the docks looking for some small job for the day. A gang of bootleggers has set itself up there and is gnawing away at the territory of Captain Fitzroy, the last sailor to own a boat capable of making the round trip between the island and mainland. Here, the golden age of whaling hunting is but a distant memory. The Stranded Whale. The Stranded Whale, a bar where liquor is served with total impunity, and it's the last thing I expected to find when I arrived on this island. The Stranded Whale is its name. It's managed with an iron hand by the owner, a certain Mitchell. He does not tolerate troublemakers, and he fiercely protects the identity of his supplier. All the inhabitants of the area seem to go there, and I even saw what looks to be a truce between the bootleggers and the sailors. Occult. The art of Sarah Hawkins. Intuitive and visionary artist for some overpriced imposter for others. Sarah Hawkins leaves nobody indifferent. This mysterious and reserved painter offers strange images with violent colors and wild strokes to the world. If her paintings are testimony to her vision of the world, then the world of Sarah Hawkins is a portal open to other dimensions. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. And the miraculous catch. The miraculous catch is what the locals call the last catch of the whalers. In 1847, although whales were disappearing from the fishing zone of Darkwater whalers, the crew of the Scylla made a gigantic, monstrous catch that saved the island from famine. They still celebrate this catch, and an article from the Times still decorates the bar. It's strange how memories seem so alive, as if it was maintained by the survivors. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. Okay. And then we have our clues about the miraculous catch here, right? We already read through that. And, yeah, these are the chapter 1. Okay, here's the other chapter 1 clues. The file on Sarah Hawkins' case. Shipping label, some of it unreadable. Okay, that was the Dark House. The police report, which brings up her mental frailty, and the episode that claimed the whole family, and then the press cutting, an article written by about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins. They lived a recluse life with their only son, Simon, on the island. All right, in the inventory, we picked up the lighter, but more importantly, we got a bunch of knowledge. We got our Learning Medicine Volume 1. What does inspect do for this? No, it's just the rotate. character model, or the modeling is really well done. You can really get a good feel for the texture. Nicely done. Case closed. Okay, this is the one that we found in there. Basically, that the husband that never understood that his wife had left him. He kept on calling me for weeks. The investigation has been closed, right? Case solved with the bar owner who hired him. Has closed the case. Yeah. The Atlas of Atlantic Islands. We took a look at that, as well as the sleeping pills and the second Learning Medicine Volume 2. So that's all those items that we have in the inventory as well, covering pretty much everything that we've seen so far. Continue on. I always like in these games where you just wander into somebody's place. Yeah, I'm just gonna poke through your stuff here real quick before I talk to you. Maybe look through a drawer or two.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Interesting. Our captain apparently has family. Nothing here. These are moments where I kind of think that having a higher level skill will allow us to see certain things in the drawers and stuff. I like that.
What a macabre souvenir.
A wooden leg of this gentleman is my guess. Up. Interesting.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. Cat. All right, what do you got here, Captain?
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Okay.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. We'd want this information to be hidden.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
You tell me.
I thought you would have worked it out. It belonged to Charles Hawkins. Ship owners from father to son.
I see. That explains those loading manifests. Too bad I can't get much out of them. I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although, these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder? I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Okay. Things are starting to kind of spice up here. And looks like we're starting to kind of figure out a little bit about what's going on here in Darkwater. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of a break here for a few minutes. And we'll be right back with some more Harmless Halloween. Call of Cthulhu. Thanks for watching. Be right back. It definitely does appear that he likes us. And yeah, Rocket Raccoon would be a big suspect on the missing leg. Thanks for joining me there, Coley, and everybody else here for the live stream of Call of Cthulhu for tonight's Harmless Halloween game. And so far we've gotten some information. We're getting into the detective lifestyle of asking a bunch of questions and people dodging the answers. But yeah, so far I'm really enjoying the environment, and it's creepy. So let's continue on, and looks like our next main objective: get inside Warehouse 36. Thanks again for joining me. Enjoy Call of Cthulhu.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her?
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
I shall take my leave.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Cops, they can't understand.
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
You and I are on the same side of the law.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to know the truth behind this case.
Are you saying our work was not up to snuff? Forget it.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas. and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the Navigator.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way. St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in. Damnation, I broke it.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah?
It looks like there's a way in under this grate. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. This ratchet device seems to be usable. A handle. It must come from these old winches. I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
Real check to see if I'm missing a control item there. It's always that. And Jay's the journal, so yeah, I guess that's it.
There's something coming.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Oh, well, this might help. Looks like we got some levels here. Do the hidden items thing, because that seems to be an issue. Some information on James Fitzroy, the captain there. Age 45, captain. James Fitzroy is the captain of the Herbalist, the only boat that sails between Darkwater and Boston. His base is the harbor master's office, where he misses nothing that happens on the island. The inhabitants of Darkwater respect him. The bootleggers despise him. He offered to help me in my investigation. And St. Brendan, does the patron saint of whales and whalers still protect the sailors of Darkwater? Visibly, there were other gods before St. Brendan. Their worshippers do not seem to be of this opinion. The locals still worship the old saint, but a mark was made on the statue by another cult. Extract from the notebook what Edward Pierce's private extract from that notebook. We got that. We get some clues. There's the photograph, the threatening letter, and the manifest. Oh, all of those items add into it. And what do they want me to do here with Pierce? Okay. Apparently we had other spot. There we go. Apply it. All right. Validate that. Why is it not letting me lock that in? Oh, it did. Okay, never mind. Why? Because I put the handle and the crank mechanism. You would think that would be it, right? For some reason it just gives me this leave as an option. I need to find something else then, apparently. I'm thinking what though?
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I shall take my leave.
You again.
That'll be all for now.
Ah.
We'll do it again, you know. Girl doctor. Cold.
What? Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We return right after. Just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message.
Why we pull out the lighter sometimes.
In a dead fall pub, drinking.
You have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
She will do it again.
I told you to beat it.
Right? Will do.
You again.
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises, screams.
Screams?
And that's not but all. Anything.
Alright, yeah, we know that.
That'll be all for now.
Thank you. I'm missing something?
Right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean they're going to cut you open, you idiot. Calm down.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
Apparently the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type.
I'm guessing that's gonna unlock it at this point. And we're just gonna go around lighting people's cigarettes, I think. Light? Alright, I would assume that him telling us that gets us up here. Huh. Yeah. Something's not right. That's where we need to go. Get the crank and that item. What do we have in our inventory? A lighter. Huh. It does seem like this should work. Crank, we get the lock for the crank. Yeah, maybe we need to talk to somebody else.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign.
You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get us in.
What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
Yeah, I'm confused now. Seemed pretty straightforward that you needed the crank and the other thing, but apparently it's not that straightforward. Objects around here.
Icy grounds for night, well there is no.
I think we pretty much covered everything here. Actually, try See if maybe it just like glitched or something there. Do it real quick. Yeah, doesn't appear to be anything else. It should crank that to raise it up, but I don't see that happening. Oh, maybe, no? Yeah, alright, tell you what. Couple of seconds here. Let's see. Get some Halloween while we're waiting. All right. Dig it. Well, so far it's pretty good. I don't know why this isn't working, but yeah, I'm liking the environment and the way that it looks here. What is this? Oh, okay, this is last time I tried this.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Alright, well, what else we got? Any other issues? Let's see, we looked at this. Let's, I wonder if that makes a difference. Well, I'd really hope not, because then that means that, it has to be... Yeah, maybe. And we saw all of this. Apparently didn't put it in there. Occult items, yep. The statue. Clues. That is a bizarre picture. Alright, well. Oh. Alright. Let's see if maybe it's reset it. Excuse me?
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble.
These guys are still yelling the same things. Cops there. Okay, we've looked at everything else. No jumping or vertical. Find hidden items. Okay, there we go. Spot hidden. Okay, allows you to detect it. Yeah. No. Okay, we do
A handle.
that.
It must come from these old winches.
No.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
Mm-hmm.
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. An old cogwheel. Rusty, but in working order.
I think those are the things that we needed. If there was anything else. Oh wait, there we go. Alright.
This ratchet device seems to be usable.
That was the third thing we needed then, the cogwheel. Got it. We good. Well.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
Alright, let's put the cogwheel on first. And the ratchet. And the mount handle. There we go. See? Yeah.
Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle.
There we go. All right, folks. This doesn't seem like a bad idea.
Smoke. It's coming from this oil. I hope it's not toxic.
Green misty stuff is never toxic. Alright, so we got... Nope. Dead end. And that way. Yeah. Okay, how we doing, chat? Damn. Yeah. Yeah, you and me both. I think I went, yay. Yeah, that did happen. Damn. Okay, so yeah, jump scare in full effect.
This is primitive.
Okay, well, there's the bar, so this is inside.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Reconstruction scene.
What happened here?
Can't let that happen.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks. Can't sleep. I know how that feels. What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
Okay, that's a pretty cool little investigative technique. We pick up. We got a point, which... Now I can see where this is going to start to pay off. Alright, we'll go with that. As spot hidden items is definitely necessary.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Look around you. Someone has settled in here. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it.
It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene. Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again.
Uh-oh.
This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Pretty sure
Is it
of
far,
that.
this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Chapter 3, The Garden of Hawkins Mansion. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place, thought to be abandoned, revealed some surprises, signs of recent occupation, as well as a partially charred painting, interrupted in his searching by Officer Bradley. Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins mansion.
Well, here we are, Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes.
If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
$1693. This house is much older than it seems.
Psalms 3:5. I laid me down and slept. I awakened, for the Lord sustained me. Hilltop house built in 1693 by Reverend John Wickwood.
Flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her. Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary and steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing, let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
Poor kid.
Must be Simon's grave here.
I'll have to find another entrance. This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! Whoa! You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin. I keep an eye out.
Vermin?
Yeah, that's it, vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Nice. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know if you caught it, but yeah, the interaction's timed. Silas seems a little jumpy these days. Boathouse. Yeah. Let's go follow the story. Where we go explore. There's the cop.
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Chapter 3, Hawkins Mansion. Pierce and Officer Bradley explore the gardens of the Hawkins Mansion. The family lives in the graveyard of the property, guarded by Silas Winchester. The old caretaker, still faithful to his employers, keeps watch on this place, armed with his axe. Pierce and Bradley manage to calm him down and finally get a hold of the key to the Hawkins Mansion. They enter the building looking for the scene of the fire.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
Indeed.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
Ooh. Reconstruction time.
What kind of meat is this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins. The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Sarah Hawkins and little Simon. The perfect picture of the middle-class family. Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
Charles Hawkins poses like an explorer in front of an exotic ruins. It's common knowledge that he wasted away his fortune on expensive trips. What was he looking for?
They seem happy, but Charles is already looking off into the future. His marriage just a stop along the way. They seem happy, but Charles is already looking off. Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way. Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
not appear that I can. Did I not? Oh, there we go. And get it all the way over.
Did someone escape the fire? The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? They had a fight. Why? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? Stop at the time of the fire. If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
Much of this evidence simply contradicts the investigation's findings.
Really? Tell me about it.
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
History of medicine in the 28th century. Wait, no, 18th century, 28th century. This collection of medical knowledge and healthy practices in the 18th century actually only covers the so-called civilized countries. It does not deal with the influence of holistic medicines or medicines from continents considered inferior. All right, and there we go. We get the medicine upgrade, I think. Didn't we? Oh, we're close. Do you have the points to spend? Yep. Alright. And do those. We're gonna look at that. Only 16%, I guess. That. Alright.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose? The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty.
Where this location is. Must be Boston, maybe? No. Definitely doesn't look like it belongs to here. There's the cop. I hope so.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
Wow.
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale.
Copy of the novel Moby Dick by Herman Melville, a classic especially for a family of ship owners.
Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
Cthulhu book. World and the Man. here? Really need a lantern. Looks like the owl's feet. Yeah. Sort of. That's her, and that's him. Okay, that's weird. Well, oh, it isn't so far. Oh, that looks normal. Hi. Jeez. Who's that? Something wrong about that guy. Over here.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Oh. Interesting. The human body. Comparative analysis. Precise and very detailed treatise on particulars of the human body compared to the animal world. The simplicity of its writing and the vulgarization of its vocabulary make it accessible to the profane. We're gonna keep that, apparently. Where does that put us? 18%.
Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable. "20,000 Leagues Under the Sea." Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
Classic. And it's illustrated. Silas's crowbar.
A crowbar could prove useful.
I bet it will. Especially against whatever that thing was underneath. Water. Your spy viewpoint.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Dear sir, as you know, I have always held your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes to the behavior of your wife. Last week, she again terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you could place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems to be able to make her come back to her senses. If these disturbances were to reoccur, believe me that although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton Wellard. New clue memorized.
Locked.
The key that opens the door to Sarah Hawkins' office was concealed.
What will her room reveal about her? Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
Barbiturates, they act as depressant for the nervous system, but once you begin, you can never live without them. Of that, I know something. Sarah Hawkins' sketches look more like a gallery of horrors than anatomical studies. They represent what haunts her nights.
This padlock is too complicated for me.
Yeah, we need to level that up. Simon's room.
The boys' room. A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world?
Simon knew what was up.
Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
Mark Twain.
Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him. The argument that led to their tragic end seems to have been simmering for some time.
Simon's private journal. He seemed worried about his mother and her attacks. Tension also seemed to be growing between the Hawkins couple. Could the fire be a result of an argument? Saturday. Today, Mother played in the garden, but she is still sad. I hate when she is sad. Is she angry with Father? Sunday. Father scolded me. He shouted, I can't tell, he shouted, warned me, but Mother did not want him to. He was always angry. Why? Lots of strange things in his office. I just wanted to look at them. Tuesday. I built a castle for Mother and me and told her to come and hide with me. Wednesday. She's always painting monsters. I do not like her monsters. I have bad dreams, and they come into my bedroom and look at me. I cry, and Mother shouts at me, and Father says that I must take tablets, and they are not nice. I do not want to take them. Tuesday. Mother is screaming again. She cries a lot. Father is sad and angry with Mother. I don't know why. And then it's blacked out. Wednesday. Mother is sad again. At lunch we ate in silence. It was strange. Father said, "Finish your dishes." We always eat the same thing. It looks like rotten fish, and it smells bad. Why does he always want me to eat it? It's not very nice. If we have to eat it again tonight, I will throw my plate on the floor and smash it. All right.
What was going through that boy's mind?
What's the trouble in there? Nomo? Go to sleep. Wizard of Oz. Alright. Let's leave that where it is. Alright, we went through those two, we went through that one. Right. Yep. This one. Uh-huh. Time for that.
The door is blocked on the other side. Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other. This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Page 1, left. January through April. Painting for Boston client, $230. Painting for JF, $170. Painting for Boston client, $200. Boston client, $230. Painting for FS. Exhibition, $350. May through August. Painting for JF. Painting for FS. Exhibition, $410. Painting for Boston client, $250. Painting for FS, $600. Painting for FS, $820. FS.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders.
Yes.
I wonder why.
Francis Sanders. Look at that old computer monitor. There they are again, but his is all melty.
Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
My very dear Sarah, ever since you left to bury yourself away on that lost island, your art has been attracting increasing numbers of collectors. I beg you to send me some more new paintings. The last ones, so somber and strange, moving as no other painting have been, are selling at a premium price. Your percentage of these most recent sales is attached. Do not forget your friend, who was the first to recognize your genius and display it to the world. Affectionately yours, Maximilian L. Something was in here. This is one that's blocked.
The door is blocked on the other side.
Goes to the other room. Is everything in here? I mean...
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? Looks like a revocation ritual. Was she trying to invoke something or banish it?
Ugh. Whatever it was not into it.
Bradley? Is that you?
Not out. Real quick. See. At the door.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Yeah, that's the one that we couldn't get through. Alright.
Is anyone there? Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
Okay. I can breathe now. And I've got a lantern that I can do this with. That's gonna be useful.
I'll cover you.
May switch from one light source to another. Oh, I see. I only have so much fuel.
This door was closed earlier.
Remember that.
Where did he go?
Must have got out some way.
No, he was here. I'm sure. Let's search this room. They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips. It looks like an old seaway map.
Somebody has added coordinates to this old sea map. They make up a journey. You can see which the 4 different boats. The Cilia was the one that brought in the whale. The Prodigal, the Orpheus, and the Saint Claudine.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
Yep. Put the candle back.
The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. It looks like a freehand map of dark water. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why.
Port. Interesting.
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well.
In this photograph, Charles Hawkins and Captain Fitzroy are posing with the third man. They seem close.
I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably another friend of Hawkins.
Ah, there we go. Oil refilled for the lamp. Can be found on different levels. Okay. Already looked at all of that. Alright, so we've looked at everything there. We need to get this.
Charles Hawkins was keeping her father's letters from her.
These letters have been opened, but visibly have not left Charles Hawkins' office. They are tied together by carefully knotted braid. Why did Hawkins intercept his wife's mail? Did you keep grabbing the oil? Okay, cool. Alright, let's see what this does.
This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism.
I don't like that. Do nothing. I don't think we have a lot of strength. Let's try using
With
the
this,
crowbar.
I should be able to force the gears.
Seems like a good reason to have this. Okay. Yeah. There we go.
Well done, Pierce.
Chapter 4, Tunnels Under the Hawkins Mansion. Inside the Hawkins Mansion, the scene of the fire revealed its secrets. Pierce and Officer Bradley, now on the trail of a survivor, have undertaken to search the place looking for proof. When a hooded man leaped into Sarah Hawkins' workshop to steal a painting, detective and police officer set off after him. By following him to the office of Charles Hawkins, they discovered a secret passage. Pierce and Bradley enter the tunnel under the mansion. How about this? We're at about 3.5 hours now, and I think this is a pretty good spot to do a little cliffhanger here. And we'll start this again tomorrow night. How does that sound? I think that'll work. Yeah, the clues are great. I really am digging it. I'm liking. It's very easy to get into the story. It's not a lot of weird game mechanics. It's very simple how this is set up, and I think they've done a fine job with this. And I think it's a pretty good stream to watch. Yeah, I mean, you know, you keep it on in the background. It's not necessarily straight watching television, but it could be. The cutscenes are very well done. And I like the clues and the idea that, you know, like you have to have certain levels to see certain things. It's nice. I like this so far. And like I said, what we'll do is we'll end the stream here, and then tomorrow, or later on today, I guess. Well, it'll be tomorrow. We've got the HC Media Presents stream coming up at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tonight. We'll be doing the West of Dead and continuing on with that. And then I think what we'll do is we'll do a couple hours of that, and then we'll stop and get back into this, because I can see where this is going to be a really good story to follow along. It does make for a good stream. That's what I was kind of hoping, and that's when I originally saw it and kind of watched a tiny bit of the gameplay. I haven't watched much of it, but it seemed like it was going to be a good thing to kind of keep on. And it moves along nicely. It's got a decent clip, and luckily I figured out the little crank thing there at the beginning. It was a little weird, but we got it. We figured it out. Once again, I want to thank you for joining me here for Harmless Halloween and the HC Media Presents version of it. It's a lot of fun. And especially if you join me for the radio show earlier, you can. It's starting to kind of parallel. You notice that with the picture of him in the upstairs, and a little weird. Perfect. All right. Once again, I want to thank you all for joining me here tonight, and for those of you watching on the VOD. I hope you guys enjoy the stream. So I'll say good night to you. Pleasant dreams.
And happy Halloween.